on topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast. What up?
Yeah, that's right.
We are tuned in. Don't tune out. We are honed in. We are getting ready to good looking, brother. Ice cold too, man.
Yeah. I'm good. I got mine.
Yeah.
Yep. We
Ice cold. What's good, man? Yo, welcome to the Killah Priest Podcraft. I'm your host, Killah Priest. I ain't Sheik from the Middle East. I'm almost there, so prepare, say peace. Really here to teach and to reach all those with the masterpiece. We have to release and come out with a masterpiece, and we have to teach. Running the rock is none other than ADA Dizzle.
Yeah, peace.
On my side, no job. Y'all know him, Solo Gems.
What's good, y'all? Keep doing y'all thing. Blessing, love, and peace and all that.
Yeah, real thing is here. Yo, yesterday was a great show, man. You know, we had Sul on here. We was building. I got a little bit winded, tired, you know what I'm saying, but I'm still here. I've been doing a lot of cardio. Cardio. I've been doing a lot of cardio. Been getting my my caffeine tea by the way. Also, the tea caffeine is a little bit different, and that coffee gets you going too. So whatever you do, just make sure you do it in moderation and you do it to make things happen. Getting active, getting more strong. You know, making things happen. At the end of this, we close out on this summer. You know, and we start the winter. You know, sometimes the sugar inside of the fruit, it kind of like, it lets you know the fruit is, it's time to fatten yourself up a little bit for winter, because that's nature way of showing us that, you know, our survival. You know, that's why fruits are so beautiful in the summer.
That's real. That's what's up. Nice.
Little science.
I like that. Yeah. You look great.
Thanks. I think so, James. You look great too, man.
I try.
Yeah, man. Somebody was walking down the street. Somebody gave me a compliment the other day, and they said, "Yo, man, you been working?" I was like, "Damn, I've been doing something. Yeah, I've been doing a little something, making sure you stay on point, because it's always good to stay on point. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do. You know, eat to live, regulate, and make things right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. You know what I mean?
Your phone battery may go low, but you gotta make sure you go right.
Yeah.
My phone battery dying right now, but we gotta be on point. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as you still here, we make sure that battery in that phone is always working, but we don't be working ourselves, and that's not cool, because this right here is just a device, a tracker device. It's all to communicate. You gonna be here and outlast that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you're all right and take care of yourself, just the way you take care of them apps and you use other batteries to destroy your other battery. Don't ever do that, man. Those cheap batteries, those cheap phones with the plugs.
Which one?
You know,
the cheap ones, the cheap wires. Yeah,
they'll blow your battery.
Yeah,
you're a bitch, yo.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Or even do the dollar batteries. Those batteries don't even work.
Yeah, exactly.
You got like probably like 5 hours charging or whatever. You don't got much longer. So, you know, make sure you're going to use batteries and everything like that. Make sure you're using the nice expensive pack, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you could get your stuff fully
Y'all
charged.
do Duracell or Energizer?
Duracell, bro. Well, you know this Duracell over here. Energizer was like that bunny that kept going, but I always thought that Duracell was like, it had the word "cell" in it.
Okay.
It felt like it was a little stronger than me. Anything but that cat on the Everready.
Oh, I got you.
It had the black cat on Everready. Remember that?
Yeah, the Everready cat. It's like in a 9 too.
Yeah, like a 9. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that.
I don't know. I remember Duracell and Energizer. Remember that one?
Yeah.
No, I definitely don't. Nah, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it looked like roach spray or something. Like it was a skit.
Nah, yeah.
9 lives.
Yeah, 9 lives.
Bounces back for extra life.
Yeah. And yo, when you used to rock the boombox, right? When cats used to walk around the boombox, you know, we needed like 12 batteries back then.
Wow.
Now, I'm gonna talk to those who know. You know, this is hip hop. When you walk around with boom backs back then, you had to have double D's, big D batteries. Pull up the D batteries. They were real big. And
Okay, I typed in double D.
yeah, they switched them off now, right? Well, the D batteries. I don't know if there was double. Yeah, well, you had to have a
Oh,
couple.
my bad. You mean the batteries?
Yeah, batteries. Those are batteries to make you get active in another way. You know what I mean? Those are the fun bags.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you good. You good. You good.
I hit it with the 1960 fun bag. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
man.
Yeah, but yeah. So you had D batteries, C batteries. The big ones they used to have they used to take like 12. No lie. And if you sit them on the concrete would drain your batteries real quick. It was the science. You talk about brothers, I'm telling you, man, cats know how to maneuver. They know how to maneuver. You say, I heard this one dude say he was executive, and I took him to the hood with Sons of Man. We had a chance. His name was Mark. Shout out to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? We took him to the hood. He's like, people live like this in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Jewish cat, never been anywhere. I mean, in the slums like that.
Right.
So he was like, wow, y'all live out here? But you know what? Dudes may have been dropouts and do all of that, but they know how to calculate. They know what time that money coming in. They know who owe them without a calculator.
Right. That's true.
Without a calculator, they know how much that ounce. They know how much is an ounce. They magicians with calculating balance, weigh, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be looking down because cats is still. They just use the knowledge on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Cats be like, yo, man, they can look at something, that ain't a gram.
Yeah, that's just, it's
just
just
hold it in your hand, be like, that ain't a gram right there. It's not a gram. See, break that down.
I got you.
On the street.
Yeah. No, I know.
You could look at an eighth. You could look at an eighth of weed and know it's exactly an eighth, or if they pinched it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh, these stems.
So yeah, if there was deliveries, you know what I mean? Someone with delivery, sometimes the delivery guy would pinch it.
See?
But a good weed head would be like, hey, you pinched some of this eighth.
Come on.
Yeah.
These are alchemists.
Yeah.
These are alchemists understanding the reed and florists. They understand the flowers and everything. Like, man, that's not good, bro.
Yeah.
You need a little bit more sunlight on that. Let it grow. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, one dude told me, he said, because his weed was like dripping almost. I'm not gonna lie. It was the stickiest weed I've ever felt in my life.
Wow.
And this was back in 2016. And we was doing the Woogu. So we went on a run to the weed shops, and I went back to speak to the, guy. He had the gray hair, the Hawaiian shirt. That's when you know you're gonna get some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When they have the Hawaiian shirts, come on with the sandals, woo! And they have the Hawaiian hat and the long trees on it too. You might get a parrot in there. You know they growing something real good. What up, dude? If they say what up, dude.
Like a big beard?
Yeah. No, it's got to be long, and the bottom got to have a little rubber band on it. What up, dude? You know you just like, oh, this guy, some great stuff.
Yeah, see?
So, yeah.
No, I'm saying New York is all about, if they got a Nike Tech on. You know what I mean? That's I'm being honest. Like in New York,
it growers good.
Yeah, that's more like New Yorkers, but that's real. You know what I mean? The farm dude. Yeah, I got you.
Little pot belly, a little bit like this. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Yeah. But his weed was dripping, and I was like, "Yo, how you make it do it?" I never saw it like that. It was just like dew. It was like
kind of moist.
It was moist. I'm not gonna lie.
That's the best term.
It was. It was dripping. I saw it was like glycerin. Like it was like a dew on a plant. Right after it rained, like a pine tree.
Man.
So I was tripping. You know what he told me? You just got to show the plant love. See, that's it.
That's real. I mean, that's right.
So you got to do love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, man. It's real. I thought he was gonna come with you need the XU3047 lights, something like that. You know what I mean? But I really understood that, and then I started thinking about the Asian water talkers. It's a cat who do the science to talk to water, and when he talks to water, he talks to the water in a certain vibration, and the water kind of like communicates with him, and it ripples. So I think some of them be boiling, and they create the rice. He put 2 type of rice, and he showed one under the water love, and one of the pots he like disowned it.
Like negative, yeah.
The one he showed love. This was a test. You could check this out. The rice came out fluffy, beautiful.
Wow.
The one he neglected and were mean, it came out the water. I mean, the rice came out hard and not really done.
Yeah.
Disgusting. We live on a planet, man, of cells. So I was like, wow. So that's crazy. So yeah, if we show the plants love, I kind of like took it back. 'Cause I'm not a farmer.
Nah, I understand that. You know, I feel like I mentioned this before. My grandmother, she loves plants.
Oh, she's incredible.
Yeah, she loves plants, and she always talks to them. She talks to them, gives them love and everything like that. And she used to always tell me stories that how my aunt, when she was younger, how she used to get jealous of the plants because the plants get showed all these love. You know what I mean? But it's real because you gotta speak good energy. And if you see my grandmother's plants, it's like a lot of. You know what I mean? She is she got her plants are big and growing and all that and healthy. Yeah. So it does work.
Right.
From what I've seen.
Yeah, that's immaculate. When we was in Montana, you got to leave a little something for nature. They say when you take like a piece of the maple tree or a piece, or you strip it because the tree is giving you the syrup or whatever. You burn a little tobacco. You put a little tobacco plant over it, and you're like, yo, I'm giving this back to the earth. Because it sacrificed itself, and we all connected. So I kind of looked at that like, oh man, the connection is real deep, man. That's crazy when you could connect like that. There's a reason why banks are called banks is in the water too. I wanted to say that yesterday. And you have bank branches. You know what I'm saying? How everything goes back to the tree. And they said money don't grow on trees, right? Evidently. What's money made out of?
Leaves.
Paper.
There you go.
Paper is trees, bro. We got to go to the branch.
There you
go. Sometimes you got to either chase it. Yeah. I'm not going to break down city yet. City. City. I got my man in the building. Yeah, exactly. Word. Been on the illest, walking out of the what is it, penthouse? I want to, cause right on the beach, man.
Beach house.
Yeah, man. You can see all the waves and the babes.
Hey,
word.
That's right.
The way it's beautiful, beautiful experience. And then studio right in there, so you can make music while you listen to the waves. So you getting channel by the music, about the water, and by the music at the same time. That's acoustic, man. Did you plan on doing that? Is that was set up? Huh? I should bring him on, right? We'll talk about that later.
It's up to him, up to you.
Yeah. Later, we won't get into that. I just got something to build on that. That was kind of dope. But I do want to ask you questions about that. Matter of fact, we should just bring him on real quick just to talk about.
You down?
Oh, yeah,
cool. He's
down. I don't even do that, but I was in tune, man. Come on. Real quick, just to let y'all see what's up. See, I know. Yeah, I can.
DJ Rico in the house.
Yeah, DJ Rico in the building.
Oh.
What up, DJ Rico? What's good, my brother?
Rico on the mic. What's happening?
Yeah, right. Man. We had a great time, man, at the studio.
Ah, the beach house.
Yeah, the beach house, man.
Wonderful memories, I gotta tell you that.
Yeah.
More to come too.
Yeah, more to come.
On the way.
Definitely. You gotta I tell cats the environment is everything. You know what I'm saying? So when you got that connection of the ocean, you looking at nothing but water right there.
Every day was a paradise.
Wow.
A vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wake up like, can't believe here. What the Jesus, it's like a vacation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful experience. For real. So to let y'all know that we don't be BSing over here. Yeah, man, that was a great thing. I got a quick question. I'm gonna go. Oh, are you a magician? Are you a musician? My bad. Magician, same thing.
Singer.
Right.
DJ, that's what makes the money. But singing, that's what I've been focusing on.
Right. That's fire.
A little bit of producing because you got to produce your own vocals.
Yeah.
But the final work gets sent off to like professionals.
Right. Exactly. But that's a motivational spot you at, man.
It was beautiful, man.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to. At some point, I'm gonna get the recording there. I know I did a little stuff, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? It was just like the waves was in there. It was a little party going on. So we didn't get
it's a studio beach house. Like
so it's hard to concentrate.
It's amazing. You can get inspiration and distraction at the same time.
Yeah. Distracted. Yeah,
Definitely distraction.
But definitely a spot for on the spot music videos. That's what I'm really focused on.
Yep.
Is getting back on there and just turn the camera on.
I know.
Just document, edit
Leave
later. You might use nothing. You might use something, but get the camera on and just live the life and just do it. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of good footage that could be made there.
Fire.
That's banging.
Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, while you up here, man, I got a question for y'all, man. Got a couple of things. We went through it yesterday. Sue was up here. 8 signs that a relationship is over. You got to know when to walk. You got to know when to walk. You got to know when to walk. I don't want to keep. But this is deep though.
The communication starts going short, man.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The communication starts getting short right away. Like things getting high. Like when things gets like nulled and stuff like that, you kind of got to figure out like, okay, wait a minute. The spark's slowly diminishing if you can't even talk to your partner anymore.
There you go.
If you're hiding shit, another thing. Like, why are you hiding?
Right.
That's 100.
That's a start. That's
definitely right at the start. Communication.
And even before it starts, you stop taking care of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
Right. You start taking care of yourself, and your significant other start taking care of themselves too, or which way?
Well, like no, like the sign that your relationship start going downhill. Like if you stop taking care of yourself, or you stop like giving a fuck about like how things look. You start slowly like just going downhill. Like getting comfortable in a way.
Yeah, no doubt.
But like not in a good way. Sometimes getting comfortable can be good, but like getting like just letting things go slowly spoil like that shit.
Right. Just watch out for the cursing.
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
The French.
Yeah,
the French.
Pardon my French.
Oh yeah.
It's only because
we wait.
Not only is it because of YouTube, but we've got a younger audience watching now. We've got families watching with their kids.
No.
Wow.
The Killah Priest
Yeah.
Podcraft. Yeah, that's
fine,
crazy.
man.
That's why we're just trying to be all like G-rated now.
Yeah.
Or PG.
But it's good. It's good sometimes to exercise that way.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you were right, man. All right, check it out. I got number 1 here, and I want y'all to elaborate on it real quick since y'all here. Number 1, it says there's no emotional connection. What's going on?
No emotional connection?
Yeah, no emotional connection.
Yeah, you gotta have some type of emotional connection.
How would you translate that?
It says, okay, one of the key signs that your relationship is over is that the spark has gone. It's sort of what you said.
Yeah,
with that,
yeah, I agree. Yo,
the spark has gone. What's the spark? Well,
It's the magic.
I want to say it's like that interest you got from that person, like that kindle. Like when you first see someone, you're like, oh, that like initiative to want to talk to them right away.
yeah.
Or to like flirtate with them, or like putting on a little bit, like the spark, like you like the effort to want to do a little bit more than what you normally would for someone else,
right.
or your boss.
Yeah. There's no word on it, right? It's like that.
That's why they said spark. Yeah, that's why it's spark, because it's just it's instantaneous.
Right.
You feel it right away. If you don't have that thing that's driving you to keep this thing going and making it work, then yeah, you might as well
Right. This says the foundation of a healthy relationship is that both partners feel comfortable being truly open. with open with each other. Let's keep working, right?
Absolutely.
Got it.
But what about these days? Is that possible? Is that around? Get yourself out of now.
What is it?
It says here, a healthy relationship is that both partners feel comfortable being truly open with each other and sharing thoughts and opinions.
Truly open about who they are to begin with. That way I say is like a lot of people like they want to put their best step forward when the relationship starts. But at the same time, they almost want to put too much of a good step forward to the point where like, man, I gotta be this really good person at all times. And like, who are you faking? Who are you faking to? Like, I'm not gonna drop any names, but I have a homie that he goes from relationship to another, and like he always wants to like do extra above and beyond, but then like he's also hiding little facts that we know as boys are like, you don't want it to know that. Like, but that's how we grew up, man. That's
Right.
Be honest about who you are to the same person, because if they accept you of who you are, even on your like worst of the things, like, man, if they take it for you who you are, like it should be reciprocal too. Like, you should be able to see them in like their time, like when it's like they're not at the best, but at the same time, like they should be honest about what the things that they do, how they do this and all this stuff, like be blunt and honest about how you are from the get-go too helps a lot.
I truly agree with that. You know what I mean? Because I say in today's age, like a lot of people show their false face, and that in a relationship to me it won't work unless you have like your true self, like you're truly who you are, and off the natural. You know what I mean? We tend to make a like a false perception on our best look. And sometimes, you gotta be yourself. That's just natural. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be your best selves every day. You feel me? So that's kind of how I look at it. It's real. So I agree with that.
It's the magic, right?
Yeah.
The magic is also the mystery.
Right.
But it's mostly important in the beginning. You don't want to reveal too much when you're hanging out with her at first.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Let her talk. Let her say stuff. Let her ask you questions. You know what I mean? You can give her a little bit. Here's a crumb of this. What do you do for work? How much money do you make? Never tell a girl how much money you make, first of all. Second of all, Chess, what do you do? I dabble with this. You want to be vague. You want to be like, I kind of do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know what I mean?
I mean, if they got to ask at that point, they kind of be like, what does it matter?
Yeah, exactly. You want to have fun with it. You don't want to reveal your whole childhood stories and your life and your traumas. And I had this problem with my... Don't bring up the ex. If you really like the girl, don't bring the ex up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in a situation, and then you just... Next subject. You know what I mean? Just you want to like be a little vague, mysterious, because the magic is in the mystery, and the mystery is in the magic.
Yeah.
Okay, now what if the chick keeps asking you about your ex, or that type of chick?
Well, perspective, because like just put her in a situation like, well, what if I would ask you the same thing? Like like if she's comfortable sharing, and at that point it's like, are you open to like even listening to that things to begin with? Because most guys, like personally speaking, like I don't really care about the other person's sex. If it's something traumatic, at the same time, it's like I don't want to know like all the things you've done with all your exes. That's irrelevant because we're gonna have our own experiences to begin with. Now, if there's something that must know, like, hey, if this happens, like this might go wrong, like that's things worth revealing. If once you're invested in that situation, because most of the times, like you may not be that deep into a relationship to begin with.
Wow. Okay.
Point well said.
Oh, but that's it, man. I mean, y'all hit up on it. I mean, I don't know when this was taken. This survey, I don't know if it was in 1970. Because you got to look at it like that, man.
Those guys were wild. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Things change, man. You had the little 2 chains with your jacket, your shirt unbuttoned down. But still, it applies. But at these times, it's just a little bit more crazier now because it's internet world. So you never know. You get a whole host of people that come on and some make you good, make you bad.
But you said something earlier too. You said, is it still possible?
Yeah.
I believe it is. I think it's still possible. It's just you got to have the right mindset and know what you're going afterwards. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times, like I said, like before, like a lot of people go for a lot of immature relationships. You got to go for a relationship that's probably going to be more mature and more set with the right type of boundaries and right type of like thing that's good for you.
Right.
So I think it is possible. It just you got to surround yourself around the right type of women if that's the if you're looking for that,
Right.
Because a lot of times you might just go over something that's like just attractive off the view, and you might deal with a situation with that, but like that's not really a real relationship. That's just a situation you got playing each other through.
Right.
Pastime at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it took me a long time to figure out, like, man, the physical stuff can only go so deep, and once you start talking to someone, like, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna vibe to the point where I can go on to the second day.
How deep is your love?
Yeah, real. I like that. Yeah, because you kind of know off the back, like you kind of know if you really are into somebody, or it's just a physical thing.
Exactly.
It's always going to, and that runs short real quickly. You know what I mean? Your patience, your everything goes away real quickly. Yeah,
Patience.
Yeah, that all goes away real quickly. You know what I mean? If you actually like somebody, you're more able to try to work things through, even if it gets hard. You know what I mean? You're more flexible, more you will bend and break.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah.
It gets scary when it's a little too perfect. You know what I mean? You meet a girl and you can't find anything wrong with her yet. Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
It's like,
ooh.
Is that the Pisces? Is that the Pisces?
You meet a girl, she's hot, she's nice, she's cute. You know what I mean? She's got all her teeth and everything. Like, I'm like, this girl is getting to be too perfect. Smells good. I feel
like, what's the catch?
There's got to be a catch. You know what I mean? Like, how many baby daddies you got? No baby daddies? Oh, wow. And you start looking for something wrong.
Right.
I got to find a red flag. Because if you don't, then she's going to be on your mind. It's going to take you away from work. It's going to be like, you got that perfect girl right there. So for me, it's almost a sense of relief where it's like, well, I did almost stab a guy. Oh, thank God. She's crazy. Good. So now she's
Short-tempered.
Yeah. So when I find a red flag, I'm almost excited because, like, yes, there's a red flag. Something wrong with her. I can keep her in that zone, so I can keep focusing on my craft, my world. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's when they're gonna mess with your world. Mm-hmm. That they're so perfect that you're like, damn, she's too good, though. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. So I hope to find red flags, and I can always find red flags.
Yo, man, I understand what you're talking about, man. I'm gonna just leave the name anonymous, but this was crazy. I worked with this cat at his studio, man, and I was out in Stockton. I was just went to his studio. Boom, we was just going there working, and he had all of his stuff right on that hard drive, and I think, he just stopped contacting me, man. I started hitting him up. Yo, what's up? Let's go to the studio. And after 2 weeks, he just, what up, Bree? Man, I had a little argument with my girlfriend. She took all of the music and threw it in the toilet and broke it. And yes.
Damn, was she a Scorpio?
I don't know, man. I felt so bad. I was like, man, it's all right. Everything, he said, everything, man.
Oh, man.
Yo.
That's crazy.
A female can mess your world up.
Yeah.
She can make it nice, too.
Yeah.
She can help you out. There's a lot of great things. But,
Yeah.
man, if you get yourself in the wrong situation, it'll throw you off your path.
Yo, that's kind of wild. That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Mess up your whole situation, your whole whatever you got going.
Hey, he could have sued her for that because that's intellectual
He
property.
told me he broke up with her. He was like, he said, don't worry about it. Priest, you can come on and record again. I broke up with her.
Man.
No, but it's like, that's his dream or whatever. And I was just happy to be a part of that. But, I'm just at the studio, you know, over there. But she destroyed it, threw it in the toilet. Literally. That's messed up. I felt bad for him, though. Mm-hmm. But, shout out to him. Word.
That's messed up when they mess with your physical property.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Breaking PlayStations. I heard her stories of throwing Xbox out the window, breaking them up. They got new styles where they could just open them. You have a chick like that, they'll open them up and stuff. Look like everybody getting salad and stuff.
See, because they're not leaving without breaking something. If they can't break your heart, they're gonna break your PlayStation.
That one song, and I dug my keys into, I'm like, yes.
Man.
Classic door slammers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo.
Boom, you know what I mean? Shatter the window.
They're not leaving till something broken.
Is that normal? It's not normal though, right?
Well, no, that's disorders right there. If you dealing with
trauma.
chick, No, I'm just saying if you're dealing with a chick that's causing that type of chaos, that's a whole nother type of like.
It's common,
Yeah.
but it's not normal.
Right.
No,
so,
it's not.
Yeah, so everybody's, it's common, so everybody has a bit of trauma that they're dealing with. In these days, I don't know what we can go into therapy and why it was caused and stuff like that, but it's just real toxic and crazy right now. So much so that everyone used the word. They kind of like abuse it. Toxicity. You know what I mean? Gaslight. Remember I used to have gaslight. They use that all the time. Usually the person that keeps saying gaslight is the gaslighter. Gassy. You know what?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. This is good. All right, check it out. All right, so number 2, I'm gonna just jump over that. 2, communication breakdown.
Communication breakdown?
Yeah. It says you may not notice that you and your partner rarely discuss things anymore, neither positive nor negative. Rather, solving issues when they arise, you may both sweep them all under the rug, but holding the frustration. It goes along with what you said, right?
That's a good point. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That's when it's over,
Yeah. You can't.
or a piece of it.
Yeah, you have to have open communication, like, and it has to be free. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And even if it gets somebody upset or anything like that, like, it has to be, things have to be said. You know what I mean? And it's all to get it all out the bag. You know what I mean? A lot of people hold in a lot of their thoughts, and that creates walls up. And if we don't, if we're never
Resentment.
and we're never coming together, yeah, it's like, yo, if you have issues about something, or if like you got a misunderstanding about something, because that's most time is misunderstandings. Right? If you have a misunderstanding about something, like we could talk about it, you know what I mean? And then it probably, I always say that probably even grows the relationship. If y'all able to talk about something like that. That's
Something to talk about, like right off the way. If you're planning on starting some kind of relationship with someone, is boundaries. Talking about boundaries right off the bat, like, can save you a lot of trouble. Because if you already know what kind of boundaries someone wants you to be at, then you kind of know like how much leash you would have, if you want to put it that way. But at the same time, like, let's start with boundaries, and then let's talk about, like, geez, so many ways from that point.
Yeah. So it's like, it's time to hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more.
yo, that's real, man.
Yo, killing me with this. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anybody got any more to add on to that?
I think we said it.
All right. So here's number 3: aggressive and confrontational communication.
Oh, that's number 1 on my list.
Head movement.
That's a number 1. Like, I have a respect for myself. If there's a girl that's that disabled and it has to be aggressive, like we touched on it, right? Like throwing stuff, argumentative, everything's a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not even taking you serious from the beginning. So I mean, that's already something that's already thrown away. Aggressive, we should be able to talk without no aggression, and we should be able to have control over ourselves. You know what I mean? I get women are more emotional, but like we should be able to like have a more controlled conversation. You know what I mean? That's why peace is very, very important. You know what I mean? Disabled, chaotic things, nothing's gonna be heard correctly. Right. You know what I mean? Especially with aggression, like conflict, everything like that. The way you say something is very important. And if you come in with a lot of anger and resentment and frustration, and you just throwing out words without having any meaning behind it, it's almost like, yo, you can't even have a real conversation.
It's not what you say; it's how you say it, and the tone of how it's said.
Yeah. And that anger, man. Like I look through anger, man. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, that it's uncalled for. You know what I mean? Because it's more a selfish act. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of like scale that back. You should be able to control yourself. Take a breath. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like some things you have to work through, and that could relate to like more back hitting stuff. You know what I mean? That she probably haven't like worked through. So,
right.
You know.
AD, could you? I'm gonna text you. I need you to pull up a song. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe you could karaoke for it. It's by Jermaine Jackson. It's called "Don't Take It Personal." He said, "Take the bitter with the sweet." You know what I'm saying? The time has come for me to move on. So take it. Yo, he was kind of G on that song though. You remember that?
I'm gonna have to hear it again. It's been a while.
Don't be cruel. Your best life is ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? The way he did it was on some Billy D. Williams, the way he laid it out. but it just don't take it personal. Just take the bitter with the sweet. Sometimes you got to be able to grow up and move on, and be able to move on and make the smart ideas. And
Pick
keep
your
on.
battles, baby.
Yeah, pick your battles.
And learn to be the bigger person too. Like, you know, understand that that's the easiest thing. Being the bigger person is always the better way. You know what I mean? Learn to walk away. I typically say just walk away from the conflict, because the conflict, if it's that disabled, you're not gonna have a real conversation. You got to have time to scale yourself back to have an actual conversation. You know what I mean? Check the emotions at the door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Emotions are for women. We gotta be this stoic.
AD Trump.
We gotta be this stoic beings of logic. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? We're here to build and conquer.
Straight out of a show from the 80s over here.
You know what I'm saying?
Emotions are for women.
Yeah, let them handle all the things.
I bet he
all
knows
the-
karate too.
Yeah, all the lovey-dovey cutesy stuff, that's their department. Let them do that.
I bet he drives a muscle car too.
Are you wearing Panther cologne?
I got that 2024 Jeep Compass.
He said Jeep, say less.
Tiger, Panther,
4x4, you know.
Lion,
4x4.
Eagle Hawk.
Because it snows out here.
Well, just in case. I have to
all
run
the
over
cologne.
something.
Oh man.
If you wearing any cologne that has anything to do with any type of bird, then that's a type of dragon breath.
What about Cool Water?
Cool water. That's it. I know, cool water.
Remember that?
No, I'm just saying that was
popular.
a show. Yeah, exactly.
My favorite cologne was Light Blue by Doja.
Light blue?
Yeah. Still is. I'm not gonna lie. Like whenever time I see it, I'm like, yeah. A girlfriend of mine at the time bought it for me for the first time, and I was like, oh, this is nice.
What's
you
it
know?
called? Light blue?
Light Blue by Doja. And every time I wear it, like the women were like, man, you smell good. I'm like, huh? Because I would have never picked it because, you know,
Right.
scents are different, but like that's what they liked. So
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
felt like like a cologne gift from a woman.
Yeah.
Like how they sense you, like it has to be like, man, this is what he feels like, and I want to smell him like this. Like it's like tailored to you, and I feel like that's your signature at that point.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Because you can't just buy yourself; it has to be like given to you, like
Yeah. They know they're fair.
kind of like a rap name. You know, you can't just give it to you.
Yeah, they know they know what they are. They know what they like. Well, it's like the Creed. You know what I mean?
I like smelling like soap.
So,
Y'all
I
ever
want
seen
them to
this?
know I showered today.
We're not sponsored by these guys, by the way, but Maverick soap.
Maverick soap.
They got a whole like 007 soap. They got a Maverick soap. We're not. I know it's free advertising, but yo, if you get all like with this stuff, it's like a cologne, but it's like you just smell like soap.
Yeah.
That's just my spot. I don't like heavy colognes
African black
because
soap.
they're expensive. The good ones are expensive. Oh, it's called what?
Lather soap. Real good. African black soap. You get at the Ethiopian spot.
Hey.
Well, I had a little bit of problems. What's that, Dr. Broner? Dr. Broner? Want to try that? I don't know. It just is a little too. I think you're supposed to scrub floors with it.
Okay.
Wash clothes.
Okay.
But sometimes, I mean, I made a mistake. You remember Dr. Broner? Yeah, man. It will burn you after a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, am I doing it? I'm
Is,
just being
is
honest.
this good or is this bad?
terrible,
Listen, bro.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you, my man. Thank you.
Awful.
Mopping floors is cool, but it's like after a while that will burn you to pieces, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Word.
Man,
That will burn you down.
oh, lucky me.
Man. Well, you got to get it's certain scent. That peppermint is real
Oh, you're
serious.
talking about essential oils.
Yeah, it's natural, but you got to water it down. You got to cut it. You just got to get in the lab with that. That's real. Like you said, it's terrible, man, when it get on your skin too long. So,
Did you get that thing oiled down?
yo, you crazy, man.
Write that down.
I saw some of y'all dropping. Shout out to the Podcraft. Everybody in the craft room. I see you, Aurora Borealis. Shout out to you. Make sure y'all hit that like. We at 80K. Let's make it to 90K real quick. Get to that 100K.
Yeah, man. We need
Celebrate.
that plaque. We're gonna put it right there behind
I
us.
can't wait. I can't wait. Man.
We're
That's-
still here.
Yo, let's get that plaque, man. Hit that like and subscribe. Tell them we over here. We building and we live. You said Tragic Allies featuring. Oh, yeah, no doubt. I see the cross and I see you in the building. I just see Aurora right now. But shout out to all the moderators that's coming through, all the oracles, and everybody that's in there that's been rolling from the beginning, from the beginning.
In the beninging.
In the beginning.
Well, you know about that.
In the beninging.
Yeah, I got another one coming too. Assalamu
In the
alaikum.
beninging. In the beninging.
You see, like he was killing it too.
beninging.
He did his best.
Yeah. All right. So look, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna just get off that one. Let's get on this one. There's no appeal to physical intimacy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Time to
man,
let
it's
go.
over.
Remember?
It's time to let go
Oh,
of that.
we out of here after that.
You need that.
Wait, I'm trying to understand the context. Is
Right? You being funny.
is this saying no? Really? Is this saying
There's no appeal
okay?
to physical intimacy.
If
sexual
what?
desire, intimacy can ebb and flow through the course of the relationship. If you're in a sexual ebb, you know what I mean? What's ebb? Ebb. Means
Ebb.
like it's over. It's when it gets stale.
Ebb,
Well, you need.
Yeah, I never heard
Nah,
of that
you
before.
need
EBB.
EBB.
that affection, that passion. It needs to be there. All of that needs to be there. I believe, that without physical, you know what I mean, some type of physical. It doesn't have to be just, sex, right? It doesn't have to be, I want to be clean, right? But you know what I mean? It just any type of physical, you know what I mean? If you're not showing anything like that, you gotta move away. You gotta walk away at that point.
She had to love
Because
that.
it's like, yo, when is it gonna happen? You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Some relationships not like based on a whole physical standard. Like, for example, like they get together because, she's hot and like he's, bearable, I guess. But then like usually the guy starts gaining weight and then because of that, so the girl starts like, stop going to the gym and stuff like that. Or vice versa. Sometimes the guys like they go to the gym, like they're gym rats and stuff. And then they get into a relationship, and then like they kind of like just slowly slow down.
She
So it's
starts,
a vice
she starts
versa
slacking.
thing. She's like, your biceps are not that big. Well, you're not squatting anymore.
Wow. Yeah, but I heard that the gym is where they got a whole world going in there. It's like, yeah, everybody going in there to look at each other instead of stick to what they doing. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I got my own little gym that I deal with. What is it?
I was at Jim's yesterday.
Pizza.
Jim's Pizza.
Yeah, but people, sitting around waiting for, somebody to look at them and then they quick to scream out harass and then
Oh, I see what you mean.
where they dress. There's a whole a bunch of stuff that's going on.
It's an awkward thing, and gyms is awkward sometimes with that. You know what I mean? I never had no experience like that with the gym. I've never really seen those experiences, but I've seen it a lot online.
Right.
And it's a shame though because it's like when you in the gym. And sometimes, women, your body, they wear a lot of tight clothes. It's hard not to look sometimes.
What is she doing that right there on the bench? What happens if you walk by?
See,
and
that's
you see her
crazy, right?
cartoon?
There's a lot of
She
legs.
has a thong on.
It looks like she's bench pressing.
Yeah.
But she's not bench pressing.
There's a lot of leg. And you going to look, you know what I mean? Your attention span is going to gauge on that anyway. You know what I mean? That's why I say it's,
Oh.
you gotta,
See, like, what would that male equivalent for us wearing would look like? That? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do we wear to look
Yeah.
somewhat
but see,
like
that's
for
the-
women to look at us?
yeah, I
Like
don't even
extra
know.
short
We just-
shorts. What
That's
the,
a hip.
We just have to
hip-
be as jacked as possible for ourselves. you know what I'm saying?
they don't even like
That's
it
the
like
hip-
that.
Not all the way,
That's the
but
hip
as jacked
hypocrisy.
as you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, in those aspects, you have to have respect for the gym. You know what I mean? Like, look, like I'm not saying you gotta wear. I'm like, you can wear what you want to wear, but like, there's a limit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's gonna be points when you're gonna look after a certain while. If the shorts are that short,
So
and it's
if
that
she
tight.
looks too fine, the manager should kick her out. Like she too fire.
Yeah, you gotta.
She
put
can't be
a-
walking around with a camel toe and
You
everything.
gotta put a face mask or something.
She's just too sexy. I'm sorry, you a distraction for this entire 24-hour fitness.
Nah, but if a guy approach you, you gotta expect sometimes, especially if you're a good looking girl with a nice body, you're gonna expect somebody to come up to you. You know what I mean? If you're a girl, you gotta expect that. You know what I mean?
We need to get a female in here for her perspective.
Yeah,
Honestly,
we got
be
some-
wise.
we got some-
Yeah, that's
we
real.
should have
we're gonna start bringing them in again.
Yeah.
There's this one comedy skit that I heard, and like, women like men with jobs. Why do you think they go to like the male strip thing, and like they all have jobs because they're just fantasizing about somebody who can provide. Imagine going to the gym and like with like tools or like a tool belt.
Man.
Like, oh, I bet he's got a job. I bet he's going to work after this.
Yeah. Shout out to Dave. I saw what you said. He said ignoring them is an art. I mean, just stick to what you do. I guess when you're there trying to concentrate and you're trying to better yourself with health and fitness and you're trying to live your best life, anything you get distracted. But that's the whole thing. Staying focused. Staying focused when it's heavy. Like, traffic is thick. You know?
DJ Blazer says, "Bring in Hawk Tua."
But sometimes you see something you like, and I always say this though, like if you do see something you like, you know, come across respectful. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
Right.
Sometimes it is like that, and I'm a person that I like a girl in the gym. You know what I mean? That's my type, and but I would like to be respectful and not. I will want her to be respectful in terms of what she's wearing in a way, you know what I mean? Because it could get crazy, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're trying to focus.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to focus, but you know what I mean? Don't be a creep about it though, because a lot of people, I always say there's other guys that mess up your own opportunity, and that happens too. You know what I mean? They start putting you in that little bucket that you was even a part of.
Yep. Your mom's in my business.
Mm-hmm.
She in my business.
What's the next?
Okay. You don't trust them. I don't think you need to be around. Yeah, if you stop trusting them, it's like, I don't trust
Sorry, I'm still in the gym. Go ahead.
I'm still in the gym.
If
I'm still looking at the girls in the gym.
If I don't trust them, we're probably not even together.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
That's the reality. If I don't trust you, we're probably not even together, really.
It says here, like I told you, I don't know what year this was created, so you just put it in perspective now. But mistrust can spread through a relationship like wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It plans down.
Add on to that because I thought I was in church just now. That just came through. That's just finished.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah,
A lot of these can be avoided, like if you like somewhat communicate from the get-go. Like for example, like if you were to ask like the key questions, like, "Hey, have you ever cheated on someone?" Like like they say, like, "Yeah, actually I have." Like like, and then like maybe go on based on like, well, what was the thing behind that, and like X, Y, and Z. But like now that this person is like capable of probably doing that again. So like what would make her do that? Like that guy was like playing video games all day. Like, do you play video games? Well, then she's probably gonna cheat on you because you don't have to pay attention to the video.
You're like, the last guy didn't stick around. Why should I?
But like in like trust issues, I say from that perspective will begin as that. Like so, for example, let's say she would ask you like I don't know, like something that would trigger a trust issue. Like, do you like going to strip clubs? Like, most women would be like, well, no, hell no, this guy's a pervert. Like that would, but some girls actually like going to strip clubs. At that point, like, maybe we can go together. So that wouldn't be a trust issue. Mm-hmm. Like different perspectives on different opinions. Like that's what makes the trust issues begin, and like maybe even go further because like the lack of communication starts to kick in. And like if you already knew something, then like you're kind of hiding it because you want to like not hurt their feelings. It's like a spiral that goes on and on and on. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, trust is big. I feel like that doesn't even have to be just a girl. It could be like your friends and everything. Like trust is a very thing. I trust you with something. You know what I mean? You can't break that trust. You know what I mean? Because at that moment you have to walk away. You know what I mean? And for a girl that relates to cheating and infidelity and everything like that. I mean, for my thing, you could forgive somebody for cheating, but you could still walk away. You know what I mean? You have every right to still walk away because it's like, nah. You know what I mean? You broke that trust.
If you ask a chick a question like you said, and she start dancing around a question like this, hit it. Hit it, AD.
It's like there's no need to answer at that point. Like, you already came in the area, and at that point, I can imagine what it's
I just asked you a question, and they start doing this. Go ahead. People get and they start dancing around your question.
They start twerking.
There we go. It's over. It's like, you can't even ask no question like that. They get on the good foot. And they doing all type of moves dancing around your question like they was in the Olympics, stuff like that. It's very like
you're beating around the bush.
Yeah, come on. You can't be doing that, man.
Yeah.
All right. So AD,
Yeah.
what you say?
Okay, give me the question again because I'm all over the place.
If you don't trust him, loss of trust. That's it. Mistrust can spread like through the relationship like wildfire. And it happened in stages, 1, 2, 3. It's don't take it personal this time though. Take the bitter with the sweet.
It's their tendencies. Once you see them like lying about one thing, they might lie about something else. Yada yada yada.
Well, let's talk about long term too. Like you can also like regain trust on things, or like just start building trust for something you already didn't have trust to get go, and like you can also like see like if you want to stick to the relationship and like see steps like like to gain that trust. For example, like I'm not gonna lie, in the current relationship that I'm on.
Right.
Oh my god, I was a fucking train wreck, like because I almost felt like I couldn't trust this chick on anything.
Right.
But she's proven herself many times, and to the point where like I don't even have to ask her. Like I don't even have to question her because like I knew like nah, she's already proven herself many times. Also something like say completely non like intimate related. Like let's say example like driving. Oh my god, when we first started dating, she couldn't drive for anything. Like, so like every time she would drive, I was like kind of like my dad when I first started learning. He was like, oh my god. Right. She's getting better, but that's an example. Like like as she's getting more practice in this specific subject, like like
that's
you cannot
scary.
like
you're trusting her with your life because you're in the passenger seat. So if you were the bad driver, oh hell no, you can't drive. I gotta drive. If I'm gonna be in this car, do you know what I'm saying? She makes one wrong move.
The thing is that I'm committed with this one, so she has to get a practice.
You seen Vanilla Sky, right?
Oh, I've seen Vanilla Sky.
Remember with Tom Cruise in the car accident?
Oh, awful.
Man.
Never be in a car with an angry woman. So as long as you kept her
Blow.
I mean, that can be said both ways, but mostly,
Blow pissed me off. Yeah, that part when he was in the car and his girl started flipping out and started throwing the yayo all over the place.
Oh man!
At that part, I was like, she got to go with that one.
You're like, man. Do you know how much that was?
Yeah, I got to meet him too, real before he passed away.
Wow.
Oh,
What was his name? His name was Young, right? The movie was based on Blow. The movie Blow.
wrong movie.
Blow. Yeah. Yeah, she did disrespect. Man, that was bad. Her and Johnny Depp. In the middle of the street.
Jeez.
In the middle of the street. I don't even want to play that part.
That's Penelope Cruz, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's fine.
Yeah.
He likes
Fine.
Latinas.
Oh, I love Latinas.
He's got a weak spot for Latinas.
Yeah, that's all I do.
I got a weak spot for Latinas.
Yeah.
It's a lot of range of Latinas though, because you got Colombian, Mexican, Cuban, you know what I mean, Brazilian, Salvadorian. It's just it's a lot to choose from. It's a
A
general.
lot of flavors.
Right. Yeah.
They're all usually spicy though.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That's when I come back and go.
Yeah.
Yo.
Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look, fantasizing about
Especially if they can make enchiladas.
Hey. Yeah.
Next.
Beans are, yeah.
Good.
So you want the next?
Next question.
All right, this is whack. I mean, this is definitely a no. This is done. Fantasizes about others.
Oh yeah, that is.
That's good.
Well, how would you know?
I mean, you would have. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. Yeah,
man.
but yeah,
Whatever's going on in her head can stay in her head.
I guess if they like,
That could work both ways.
I guess.
You start fantasizing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess if they talking about somebody very, very often, what I mean, that's something that's probably a red flag. Yeah. And if I'm already fantasizing about another woman, you already lost my interest.
Yeah.
That's a reality.
You seen this meme right here?
Yes.
And it's usually her saying,
I bet he's thinking about other women.
I bet he's thinking about other women. I like the one where it shows him thinking, other women.
Yeah. I'll take it with a grain of salt, man. You can't take these. I mean, these are just servers. They're good to think about, but it's just like, you got to apply them to how you see it. I'm not saying just go by. It's just like with your zodiac signs. Zodiac signs, you got to apply it the way you apply it because it doesn't always have to hit the exact way that is written or said.
Yeah, and
You gotta have finesse it a little bit. You know what I mean?
And
So,
sometimes I always say, sometimes it's good to walk away. You know what I mean? Like even if something, that doesn't have to create doubt in the whole relationship. It just said sometimes that's what I'm saying. It don't even have to be a romantic relationship. It could be any type of relationship. Sometimes it's just good to walk away for a little bit and then come back when something is more clearer. You know what I mean?
It's good to be single.
Yeah, and
Sometimes it's good to just be single, figure out what you want as a person to begin with. Sometimes like you may not know what you want. And that's when you have to take some time away from the whole situation to figure out what tickles your fancy, like those guys say.
Yeah,
but in reality speaking, like finding a healthy relationship is figuring out what you want as a person. So like figuring out who you are, like, man, hits a lot of spots once you realize, yeah, you hit some spots, but not all of them. But I like playing blackjack. Like, I got a 17. Should I hit or stay? Or a 6, or like sometimes you get a 20. Sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah.
Or 21. At that point that you're like AD, you be like, okay, what's wrong?
and
That's how you know that DJ Rico's from Vegas. He knows about the casinos.
Yeah.
And one thing I learned too, every relationship's not perfect either. You know what I mean? And you're gonna have like troubles and problems and everything like that. It's just how y'all work through it. You know what I mean? If y'all able to work through it, if y'all can't, and that's good. Either way, it's still a good thing. You know what I mean? Walking away, I always say it's a good thing because you get more clear on, like you said, what you want. And, you start valuing that so much more. That's why I said my piece is very important. You know what I mean?
Knowing your worth, too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Confrontation, that's why I said. That's probably number one on my list. That confrontation thing.
I'll just hit you with that one.
Walking away from that. That's something we probably can't work through if it's something that you can't work through yourself.
Yeah. Knowing your worth, too, kind of helps figuring out what you want to do with the relationship. Because, like, let's say that person hits all your spots, but they're not feeling you the same way. So it's like they're not seeing you the way you're worth. And sometimes, like, even though they hit all the spots, like, you kind of at that point walk away because they're not going to see you or respect you the same way.
That's right.
It goes for both ways. Like, you don't have to male or female, like, at the same point, like, because knowing who you are and your self-worth will figure out if the position that you're at will flourish or if it's even worth staying in there for. Because if they're respecting you guys are going through some stuff or something happened, like, let's say something non-intimacy, like let's say it was some legal issue that just happened with something completely different. Some people will bail because the money's gone. Right? But at the same time,
a lot of breakups because of money.
Exactly. But if money ain't a thing because this person like hits all the spots, whether it's them or us or together, like you're more than willing to stick together with that person because they been there for you and you're gonna be there for them because they hit so many boxes that was good and you just want to make it work.
That's right.
I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah. You said everything perfectly.
You mean check in the box, right?
Check in the box.
Yeah. Go ahead, AD. Yeah, that. I should have played this while I was talking.
Yeah. In the background.
It could have been a little faster.
Coming up on stage next. Killah Priest in the house.
Hey.
Yo.
Going for the ones and the twos.
Nah, he was a G about it though. Because, the first parts of this, I wish we had the lyrics in it.
It sounds familiar. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's Jermaine.
I can pull up the lyrics.
Pull them up.
The time has come in my life for me to move on. Word. And get on with my life. My life. Oh, but I don't regret. Yeah,
what was that? That was good, man.
Yeah, that was
AD coming through. Yeah.
One notes.
He says, don't be sad, don't be cruel. You have your whole life ahead of you. Come on, man.
Don't break my Xbox.
Yeah, he just said, yeah, I know, right? Love was here, now it's gone. So it's time to keep moving on. Don't take it personal. So that's the G. That's how you step off, right? Like you were saying, so
respectfully.
So much with it, solo gems.
Yeah, respectfully.
Let me get back to it, and then we're gonna end that part soon because we kind of like slowing it down. Oh, picture. Okay. Well, let me find it real quick.
You good? Yeah.
I had to read the lyrics, man.
Read the lyrics, man.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Let them know we over here. We ate it up. Oh, she still don't understand. I'm reading some of your chats, but I'm coming into a little bit late in it.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, exactly. But means something. Yep, I remember that pick. Okay, let's get back to it. Sorry, I lost it.
Solar Facts says, "Is that one of them Jackson boys?"
Yeah, man.
That's Jermaine.
That's
Also,
right.
I want to say this too. I forgot. I had to get this back because I did think this thought, and I won't lose it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta allow people to miss your presence, and that's another thing that I feel like is a very big deal. You know what I mean? Because no, that's a real talk.
Agreed,
Because you gotta allow people to miss out on you and everything like that. So you gotta kind of walk away. You know what I mean? It's one of the most important things because they didn't value your presence in the moment. You know what I mean? And they didn't see what you brung. You know what I mean? Especially if you were if everything was genuine from the beginning. So sometimes you gotta really just allow that person to sit there with those thoughts. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's funny you say that because that's actually one of the 48 laws of power. Is
wow.
to use absence to increase respect and honor.
Yeah.
So a lot of y'all that are watching, you know, we got kind of like an older crowd watching. They all, a lot of them know about the 48 laws of power. If you don't, you need to go check out that book. But yeah, it's definitely got one of those laws. Law 16.
Most of the time, less is more.
Yeah, it also goes in with absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah. Yeah. Strong one.
To make him want to miss you, dog.
Yeah, it's real, man. You got it.
The thing about relationships
shit
is
is
you're gonna see her every day. Do you know what I mean? Like every day, like you know what I'm saying? That's where the committed relationships. It's really testing each other. Like, you better like each other because if you're gonna see her,
Wait a minute,
every
COVID.
day.
Yeah, during COVID, man, a lot of relationships was crazy
I know a lot
during
of
that time.
beautiful, sexy girls, right? But I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
see one of them every day.
Hey, day to
You know
this
what I'm
day.
saying?
You're like, I like to see him, just not.
I see
one
them
of
once a
them.
week. I like once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week
Right.
tops.
Right.
Yeah, it really depends on how much you like them as a
Yeah.
like that's why I say like yo, if I can't be if that's what I was saying about the physical attraction. If that runs out quickly, trust me, it's going to run out in general. You know what I mean? At some point, that means I don't want to be around you outside your body. You know what I mean? I gotta actually like who you are as a person to want to be around you. You know what I mean? That's why your friends are who your friends are typically because you like being around your friends. It's the same type of thing. You know what I mean? I want to be around every single person every single time. You know what I mean? I want to be around my friends more than likely.
Oh, we got-
show me your friends. I'll show you who you are.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
right. We got Minty Hotep in the house, so we got a female perspective right there too.
What's the
that's
word?
Shout out to Minty Hotep. She's one of our moderators.
Yeah, shouts out. Yeah,
Peace.
got a nice bracelet she made us. Yeah, remember
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't matter.
Yeah, but but you know that's the number one thing. I always say I gotta like who you are, and you said it too, right? The friends really matter a lot too. You know what I mean? Sometimes friends, man. Listen, I'm a big advocate of saying that I don't like homegirls. I never liked them. They typically ruin most majority of relationships. You know what I mean?
Why? Because they crazy?
No. Because the homegirls, they create fear and doubt in relationships. Most times and not. And it's because they're protecting their friends. You know what I mean?
What if they got sisters?
Sisters, it depends on their relationships. Because a lot of people deal with broken relationships, right? And I always believe the guidance of somebody's relationship sometimes is never loving, is more into the fear and doubt. It's typically not, it's not more of a loving thing. You know what I mean? If you're seeking out protection of your close one, like it could be a friend, family, sister, whatever. You know what I mean? I get that, but it's how you say things. You know what I mean? If there's things, if you have a true understanding of what the relationship really should be, and if you're hiding each other in the first place, you guys shouldn't really be together anyway, right?
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Enjoy every moment
yeah,
while you have it.
yeah,
A horse is a projection. A horse is a projection of people dreams about themselves. Strong, powerful, beautiful. And it has the capability of giving us escape of our mundane existence.
Ooh, This is a different branch right here.
The vibe. That's why that's we started off with trees.
Mm.
So you know we got to shift it. The wind blows.
I
bro.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the wind blows. So We have to do that. Try Gemini.
No,
What do y'all say about that?
Repeat again. Repeat again.
Okay, a horse is a projection of people's dreams about themselves. Strong, powerful, beautiful. It has the capability of giving us escape from our mundane existence.
Yeah.
In worst case scenario, it's
I don't know. It's like it hit illa the first time.
Oh no, you nah.
Wait.
It sound right.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm gonna catch it with how I'm gonna think of it.
Huh?
We typically have a strong fantasy of who we are at our best selves.
Yeah.
And sometimes you lose yourself in the presence of reality.
Right.
And you're so focused on. Yeah. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm getting that right. Am I on point?
I think you got it
Yeah.
right, man. You're in the right place.
I'm
Like,
in the right place.
I'm in the right
the
place.
quote, yeah, like the quote almost
can't
pretty
be-
much says like we all believe ourselves to be the horse, like like in the right place, in the right mind. We're beautiful, we're strong, we're very useful, like in many ways. And in a way, that's like I almost want to say that's the word is I even forgot what it was. Confidence.
Right.
Like if you believe yourself to be like horse, like like at that point you got a lot of confidence because you feel like you have a lot of value. But sometimes like the lack of confidence might make you feel like, oh man, maybe I'm not that. So I feel like that quote is from somebody like a very confident position.
Right.
That may not always be the situation, but
Right.
you may the person on the mirror may that be the actual person like standing in front of the mirror, but.
Yeah, I think your perspective is a little bit more on point. Yeah, that's more key. That's more key. You know what I mean? Picture yourself as that strong thing. Yeah, see, I like that better. Yeah, from where I think I was going to go.
That goes along with act as if. Right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Well, at that point, we can bring it back to LA and be like, fake it till you make it. Like, at that point, like, act like you're already there. Act like you already belong.
It's like you're manifesting.
I'm not going to lie. I've done that many times.
Reverse
to the point where,
manifestation.
like, I walked into, like, buildings in Vegas and, like, yeah, I'm DJing tonight. They're like, oh, yeah, come right in. I'm like, oh, okay. He's the dreads.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he probably DJs here.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like St. Bernard.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I wear the hat too. Because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you got the backwards hat. You're definitely a DJ.
For sure.
Then I get in. But if without the hat, they're like, who are you? You don't even have a backwards hat.
They're like, what?
Can't let you in
DJs
backstage.
do always wear a backwards hat, right? That's a sign.
I
It's a
mean,
DJ.
I'm not
Not just
lie.
that, but like sound crew, film crew, anyone with crew. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's usually wearing all black
Right.
because you got to be, hidden hand.
Mm.
And sound guys, engineers. It's it's very common. Usually they do them with baseball teams, but
He's a little corny, but
I got some that just are blank, just for the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying.
all right, do the knowledge. Nah, okay. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't run away from yourself. You gotta embrace it. You know what I mean? And you gotta accept the challenges that come in front of you, no matter what.
Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on no one telling you who you are.
I feel like those are like all words of encouragement.
Yeah, that's Beyonce.
Like that's something that should be in the song.
Yeah, that was Beyonce. That was Beyonce.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Say less.
Yeah, never.
Beyonce concert.
You
on
are
Beyonce.
your own. You are your own validation. You know what I mean? You are that. You don't have to hear it from somebody else or anything like that. It's a blessing. No, I always say it's a blessing to hear from somebody else. But belief in oneself is a strong quality. You know what I mean? So.
All right, let's get.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know anything about Carl Jung?
Carl Jung.
Negative.
Of him.
Negative. The thing
For Praxis. Yeah, he was a deep. He's like Manly P. Hall, right? So he had,
Psychiatrist and psychotherapist
yeah.
Okay.
He said a lot. It says
from Switzerland.
And
Yeah.
he's Swedish.
yeah. Check out Carl.
No, he's not biased.
He's a All right, says Carl Young. Even a happy life cannot. It says even a happy life cannot be without measure of darkness.
Yeah.
And the word happy couldn't be used. Would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness.
100%.
Wow. Yeah.
So these are great quotes. Then
Yeah.
you're on the great quotes.
Yeah.
That's
That's by Carl Young, man. Do some Manly P. Hall.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Manly
Yeah,
P.
man. You know, through darkness you gotta find light.
I got one for you.
Go ahead. Live in sin.
Bring it up for you.
Sin
This
years.
one's by William James. He said,
His name William James?
William James. He said, the art of being wise is knowing what to overlook.
Mm-hmm.
Well, art of being
So
wise is about.
It's almost about like being selective about where you put your thoughts, being selective about what you're going to overlook.
Or picking your battles.
Right. Perfect. Picking
Yeah.
your battles, choosing.
I got one in Spanish.
Yeah.
The heaviest thing is the lightest. This was
Huh?
Yeah. I like this one because I actually use this and it reminds me what to ignore.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm going to let that slide.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. Not worth my time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Being selective with where you're throwing your energy.
Right.
That's why I love this quote. It's my favorite one.
That's good. That's good. I like that one.
how long will ye simple ones love simplicity?
Less is more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what my dad
Yep.
used to say a lot when I growing
Yeah.
up is in Spanish, so I'll translate it loosely. Sobre gustos nadie escrito.
Damn, it's hard.
So,
Damn.
but it like actually translates is about taste. No one's written. If you can loosely like give it like a quote, it'd be like to each his own. But in Spanish, it hits harder because, like, about taste, no one's written, or it cannot be written. Because, like, everyone, every single person, we might be very much alike, but there's going to be one thing we don't agree. Like, everything else could be perfect. And that always gives me, like, a lot of, like, boost of confidence because, like, yeah, some people may not like what I like.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean, like, I have to, like, follow what they like because, like, what I like, this is my perspective. And some other people may like the same exact thing. Like, that's irrelevant. But at the same time, about taste, about things that you are interested, no one can write it. Like, no one can write you a book about, like, if you were to be an alien, come to Earth, be like, hey, this is what people like. Some people like this. Some people may not like. No, you can't. There's no guide.
Yeah.
There's no guide. Sobre gusto es nada escrito. About taste, it can't be written.
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Everyone's got their
Or-
taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people don't like olives.
Oracle.
Some people don't like
so-
mushrooms.
Yeah.
All it takes.
That's
Some
real.
people don't like pineapples on pizza.
Yeah.
Some people don't like redheads.
What?
Yeah. You gotta put up a. Yeah. You gotta put up pull up an eagle or something, a golden eagle.
Mm.
Let them see that. While I say some of these quotes.
Let's put that thing on the
Express,
background
Yeah.
and the national anthem.
He's speaking.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the golden eagle, right?
Hey, let's get it.
All right. This one says, I pressed the wrong thing. Hold on. It says, tears are the words of the mouth. They can't, tears are words the mouth can't say, nor can the heart bear.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's heavy.
When tears come out, it's just pure fucking emotion. It cannot be translated. My apologies, dropping in there.
Yeah.
But when tears come out, like, you just can't explain those. I mean, you could, but that's what the tears are for.
That's real.
Yeah.
And not everything needs to be explained. You know what I mean? That's another thing
Sometimes
too.
pain is just pain,
Mhm.
whether it's emotional or physical
Yeah.
Some
or psychological.
Some girls cry a lot though. We all know those girls that like, oh, she gonna cry about that.
But it's
I'm
something.
Cry me a river.
Yeah.
But there's something hidden to that, though. You know what I mean? To those type of people, because
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's only girls. It's probably some guys that do that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
it's
cry
usually
a lot.
it's usually they're usually cancers.
But they got some type of hidden thing that's like, that's why they're overly emotional like that.
I'm
you
going
know
to say
what
something terrible after this.
Thanks for the warning.
I mean? Nah, go ahead.
So, before I knew better, I used to say, man, that girl looks like she cries for fun. You know, but then eventually, like, yeah, some girls actually do like cry for fun because
Yeah.
it's so therapeutic for them. Like,
Yeah,
eventually I was like,
it's a release for
oh,
them.
Jesus, like that's a real thing. Like I found
Yeah.
out that like, yeah, they cry for fun, but sometimes they just like the feeling that comes right afterwards. Like it's like a sense of, oh, hold on.
It's an expression.
When I was much younger, I was like, it was kind of like a bullying thing that I used to do. It was like, yeah.
Like, oh, here come the waterworks.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like, eventually I learned, like, man, just crying is not bad. Like, it's good.
Yo, that's funny. You
You're
say
not going
that.
to catch me crying.
I had a kid like that in my class and back in like elementary school. And yeah, they used to cry for everything. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel bad though. But it was funny. And I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying. But it was like, yo, the kid will cry about everything. So, you know, it's for a class president and pretty much long story short, you know, nobody wanted him to be class president. So, you know, the teacher, I don't know why the teacher did this. So it was like, yo, so who wants to vote for so and so? And yo, nobody raised their hand. That was, yo, instantly, yo, the tears started flowing through. I was like, yo, it was so hard not to hold that laughter in. But yo,
What was it?
I'm almost curious, like, how the whole, like, plays, but, like, everybody cracked out. Huh?
yeah.
And I feel like that's instigated a domino effect.
Yeah, because it's like, yo, why would the teacher do that? But
Like, what do you think was going to happen?
yeah, I know. Nobody wanted the crybaby as a class president. I get it. But it's like, yo, but nah, man. But tears have to flow, though. I always say the tears always have to flow.
It's the expression of their inner child.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a spiritualist would say.
I'm going to take it to a completely different perspective.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, I for a little bit, I became a huge buff about like World War II, right?
Mm.
And some of these like hard guys, but like apparently like they would just go to a corner where like none of the platoon was seeing, just cry real quick because like of so much trauma they were going through. Wow. And like they would never like, because they were in a position of leadership, like they wouldn't be caught dead crying, but like, man, they would just run off to a little quick corner, just get it out and then come back. But taking that to a complete different perspective, like imagine like in that traumatic position where like you're seeing things that you would have never expected, and even more.
Yeah, we've seen
You don't think you're
you've seen the war movies.
You don't think you're gonna cry?
When people think they're about to die, you know what I mean? It's like they're like, oh, wait a minute, like I didn't think this was gonna go this far, because you can't like just wait for the next round. It's not Call of Duty. You know what I mean? You're not gonna spawn back.
Yeah.
I mean, in that sense.
So just, you know, let's talk about one last quote. What's normal to the spider is chaos to the fly.
Yeah.
So to what some people is like the biggest thing, that's the worst thing that's going on, to other people is like, calm down.
You know where I heard
Yeah,
that?
all right.
I heard that on Addams Family,
Yeah.
because Morticia repeats it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Addams
Favorite family right there.
Yeah.
Got a Mia.
But I like the Jenna Ortega Wednesday.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah. She's a Libra.
And she's a Libra.
Should we show
I
them
don't know what that means.
Go ahead, Priest.
should we show them the cover for Perfect Place?
Yeah.
Or Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one.
So you want to? Are you going to announce the release dates?
For what? For what?
For anything.
Oh, okay.
That's how much stuff.
Get some free advertisement.
That's how
Yeah,
much-
surprise.
I would say you should, right? Why not?
Oh, yeah,
Let
yeah,
them
definitely.
know when
Okay,
it's
well.
dropping.
I wanted to just come by with a surprise. I'm tired of
I mean-
announcing it. I'll announce it, man.
Because that's how you're going to get more numbers up.
Please do.
On the 18th.
See, as soon as I said numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So wait a minute, you got 8. So we got Perfect Place. Perfect Place. We just hit it with the cover. That's going to be what, the second, the single. We gotta
Yep.
get the
Next
single.
Monday, the 2nd, September 2nd, is the release date for.
Okay.
And the Braxis will
Perfect
be
Place.
out official when 18th
And
17th.
yeah,
On
on the 18th of.
All right, so the album be out next month. There be more whole bar. Y'all have it. Y'all have videos also. Y'all have the whole thing. So the Braxes will officially be here next month.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get
And
it.
it's just it'll be here the 18th.
On the hump day.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So we'll have vinyl for you.
Let's get it.
That looks dope.
Vinyl. So pre-order. Yeah,
This is for next Monday.
that's for next Monday. That's coming. That's me and
We're making 2 announcements at the same time right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So music just comes out his ears. It's just all over his place. Come up here, Michael. Nah, he's so talented. Yeah, exactly.
So this single drops worldwide next Monday, September 2nd.
Exactly. And then right after that, the album. Boom, right there. So that,
I
there
like
you-
that.
Yeah, there you have it. Boom. Okay, so that's the Abraxas.
It's a shield of
Yeah, Abraxas rebus semha pleroma.
Mm.
The 4 swallow birds. So next week we'll be playing to lead y'all. We'll be playing exclusives. We're gonna have the album release party.
Hey.
where at?
Yeah, we're gonna have it here.
Online right here, baby.
Yeah,
Wow.
online.
That's
We're gonna have some champagne.
Online.
Yeah,
We got
got
some
some
champagne.
Buy some champagne.
That's the pain we like.
Yeah.
If you want to have us go through some pain, go through some champagne. Word. Champagne it.
That's fire.
As we should.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Album, man, I can't wait. And I can't wait. So that's one part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got it.
Yep. So there you go. So get ready to pre-order because we have the vinyl. The vinyl is pre-orders up right now, right, AD?
Yeah, they could pre-order the vinyl right now.
Yeah, if you
And-
want to see it. It's exclusive too.
Yeah, it's to
show
be
them-
announced when those are going to be ready.
Right.
But you can pre-order now.
Yeah, you can pre-order now.
And
Show them
then-
the vinyl. Oh man. Woo.
Got that
Yeah.
vinyl, man. Killah Priest keeping it
vinyl.
classy.
Yeah.
Keeping it classy, classy,
Yeah.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Not the spinal,
The vinyl.
but the vinyl.
Vinyl.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
You
damn.
know that's it. You know
Oh,
that's
wow.
That's fire, dude.
it. Me and the old Earth. That's so that's
beautiful.
exclusive right there. Y'all gotta get that. Right there. That's the Act 1. And that version is not gonna be on when you get the same song, but that version is gonna be exclusive. That's me and the old Earth right there. So
So you can pre-order now. There'll only be a limited amount created.
that's right. That's right.
And then the actual album drops worldwide on September 18th. It's on a Wednesday.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
So we can put a date on this. Let's get this down. AD, since you did that, so we could do Leah. I just sent it to your phone.
Mhm.
Don't take it personal. It's the bitter with the sweet. I sent that to your phone, and I want to do an animal.
Wait, this is our normal ad. This is what
Yeah, we're gonna do that. So you don't have to put the fall. We could actually put the date, right?
Oh yeah. I'll change that.
Exactly.
He's a wizard.
Yeah.
This guy's a
He's
wizard.
a wizard.
That'll be
yeah.
up by next week.
That's
He's
right.
definitely a wizard.
You already know.
I used to like watch Back to the Future and thinking that I related the most to Marty McFly.
Okay.
But I realized-
Explain. Wait a minute.
I realized I'm turning into Doc Brown. Do you know what I'm saying?
Understood.
I was like, I am Marty in this situation. And I realized, no, I'm building these machines. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is my time machine. Right here.
Hey.
That's my favorite trilogy. That's,
Yeah.
that's deep you
They
said
are
that.
So I
Awesome.
feel like more like a Doc Brown because it's more of a scattered brain, absent-minded professor type of.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But like getting stuff done and like having a obsessive compulsive need to produce and push and go forward.
What a
Oh.
pet name, Mojito.
With a pet named Mojito.
Oh, look
And,
at
and
that.
good segue, his birthday's on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's dope.
So happy
Wednesday
birthday.
vibes over here.
That's right. Happy birthday to Mojito.
You
in
gonna give him a
advance.
fish cake?
That's a good idea.
He didn't think about
give
it.
him
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's
I
The pun of the day. We gotta do puns of the day. That was the pun of the day.
Yo.
You gotta
It'll be
give him a fish
should. It'll
cake.
be shaped like a fish.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Write that down.
That's a great idea.
told you.
Fish cakes are really. They're usually from Thailand, I think. Yeah,
Fish cake?
We get a fish cake. Yeah,
Fish cake.
Now I'm
they're
hungry.
like spongy. Yeah, exactly.
Is that what it?
Yo.
Okay.
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah, a fish cake. That was dope.
Damn.
He said a
I
cake
like
with a
seafood
fish.
too. This is
I know, me
tickling.
too. When I see food, I eat it.
Yeah.
Hey.
There you go.
That's why I have a weight problem. I can't wait to eat.
Yeah.
But
We can pun out.
let's
We
get
about
it.
to- About to pun out.
I got that from What's Happening. Remember What's Happening?
What's
The TV show?
Hey.
Yeah, that's where I heard it from.
Oh man.
Remember, Roger's mother used to hug him and squeeze him. He used to go, "Mama, I can't breathe." What's wrong, baby? His mom was so cool. She, what's up? What's wrong, baby? She had this dude named Carl. He used to try to smash it.
Oh.
She was, yeah, she was. She was confident. That sister right there.
Yeah.
But you know,
Let's get
She was always going
I'm
out.
not mad at him. No, I'm not. I'm not mad at him. No. And you know something else? Mama. Yeah, baby. I can't breathe.
God damn.
Classic.
Guy's a wizard.
Yeah.
I just typed it in.
Along with hey.
He'd be like, hey, hi.
Yeah.
That show was hilarious back then, though. Like when I found that, What's Happening, or the Jeffersons, I was like, dude, I had never heard that kind of comedy before. You know what I mean? I saw Different Strokes, Gary Coleman.
What was the quote on that?
What you talking about, Priest?
There you go. You got it.
I said that all the time, though.
Anybody remember the Gooch?
The gooch.
Yeah. The Gooch, he would beat up Arnold. He was called the Gooch at the school, and it turned out that the Gooch, I'm not gonna give it all.
Yeah, I got you.
So the Gooch, and I had to have Muhammad Ali come through. I'm gonna get this Gooch for you. Yeah.
I love how times have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. That's crazy.
Nowadays, they're like, can you imagine some guys? I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Calm down, bro.
Yeah, there goes the Gooch.
You gotta buy me dinner first, homie.
Yo. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Is that for?
I love it, though. I love
Yeah.
it. Fucking
Oh, wow.
That's Forrest.
Oh, wow. That's young for wow, right.
Yeah.
That's wow. Wow.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker was on here. Yeah, I love Sanford and Son. My favorite. That's one of my favorite comedians, man. Red Fox.
Oh.
Hilarious back then, man.
It's like when I used to play on Nick at Night, Three's Company. That used to be my that's one of my favorite. You know, I ain't gonna, that's a good show. I mean, that aged well my generation, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
I remember the Jeffersons.
I'm still gonna drop the Simpsons in here.
You know, I remember the Simpsons.
Yeah.
How did the Simpsons start? They used to
Christmas.
They used to
They
be a
started
part.
in Christmas.
Yeah,
It was a
but-
Christmas special.
Yeah, but they used to be a part of somebody's show.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh.
Teach me
And
something
Homer-
I don't know. Hold on. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
man. Homer used to be mean. He's like, "Yo, go get up in your room."
Oh, like the doodled ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Her name was Tracy. When the Simpsons used to come on. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Look it up.
Gee, can we do this?
The Simpsons. What show they started off? I think it was Tracy something.
Ullman.
Omen. Yeah. Play a little episode. See, that's how they look. Look at that's the early Simpsons, the first
yeah.
Simpsons.
Oh wow.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Homer was more mean and he
Yeah.
wasn't stupid. And then later they made him more stupid.
Yeah, they do that. They do that with every show though. That's like Family Guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no, that's crack.
Yeah.
That's
Family
crack.
Guy.
Yeah, that's too funny.
Yeah, Family. Wow.
I'm looking.
Family Guy. Peter wasn't as dumb as he was. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still dumb, but he was a different type of like ignorant.
They do that on purpose, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know why?
Ratings. Ratings.
Even on American Dad.
Yeah, it's funny though.
American Dad's low key. That's a low key funny.
Yeah. It's,
The only episode that I really like about American Dad is when they talk about Cilantro the singer.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know that's the most
I
people.
wouldn't know.
But every time I hear Cilantro, I'm like, the singer, and I'm hoping somebody be like, but no one knows. No one knows.
Yeah.
those one.
Oh
episode.
yeah, I know what joke you're doing now. Yeah, I got
At the
it.
very end, like they actually let him like play a song, El Perro, something like that.
Yeah.
The Cilantro, the singer.
Oh man.
Yeah, usually I'm trying to look for. Did we show them the panda ant?
Huh?
Yes, we did.
We did. We showed the panda ant.
Show the
right?
panda. Yeah.
The panda.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
about the fire hawk? The hawk that starts fires.
Ooh.
Firehawk
Oh,
was
let's
there.
talk about Firehawk real quick. I got one thing to say.
Mm.
So, been getting into board games, and one board game that I think is pretty awesome. My apologies.
Right.
Well, let's start with saying like I think chess is great. I'm
Chess?
very good. I'm very good with chess because I like strategy.
Right.
I'm very good with all that stuff.
So we got to
So-
play a game then.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm 100% down. But
We could do a
the
live chess
game is Fire Tower. Fire Tower. And like the basic game is cool. It's a very good game. But then they have an expansion pack and they have Fire Hawks. Then the Fire Hawks take like the fire pieces to another opponent's thing.
Okay.
And that's how I like learned that there's Firehawks and these guys purposely go and set fires somewhere in the woods. Like, what?
Is this it?
Yes, I have
That's
that. Yeah. I'm gonna honestly like I wanna do what's that thing like when you play a game live?
Live game.
Yeah, a live game. Yeah, I wanna do a live game of
Live stream?
of playing this because I like when you get the expansion and you can actually play solo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can actually play solo.
You
So
play that. You can play that on your own.
yeah, so
wow.
it's a 2 to 4 player game, but the basic. But if you get the expansion, you can do 5 players because you get to play as the woods, or you can have the solo challenges, which you can play on your own, and it's really really cool. I like the fact because it's like as if the whole board was against you, and then you just try to survive. Like
Now,
as if
is that based
everyone-
on rolling the dice or something?
I don't know. I never
how,
played rolling the
how do the
dice.
moves move forward? Where is the random? Where is the?
Okay, I'll give you a very basic breakdown. The centerpiece, you see, that's the eternal fire. And it starts the fire from there. So you see in each corner there's a fire tower. So each one is a player. The goal is to not get your fire tower burned. And technically, even though that's not a fire tower's job, you kind of want to burn the other ones. So if you're the last fire tower standing, you are the winner. In order to burn a fire tower, you got to hit the far corner at the end. You don't have to burn the entire square. You just got to hit the.
That'll
top.
be interesting for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
I like it. I think it's a great game.
Visit the family.
I think it's a
Yeah.
great game. I like it because it's visually pleasing too, and like
I'll check it out.
I like it.
I like it. It looks like stained glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And it's like both a card game and a board game. So it's really, I like it. And that's how I learned about Firehawks, which started this whole conversation.
Right.
Wow.
Firehawks, right?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah, that's dope.
All right. Yeah. There he goes. Firehawk. This bird actually, I want my man, he going to come on the show too.
Yeah.
My man
Yeah.
David?
I'm told me about it. Yeah.
You're going to bring a Firehawk to the show?
Nah,
would be
the
really
host
cool.
breaks it down. Yeah. So
America.
so this bird actually starts fires. So it can
Yes,
find
it
fire.
does.
What?
Wow.
So
Wow.
it starts fires so it can like pull out prey.
Yeah.
So like mouse or anything, like it literally
clever.
sets things
Wait,
on
but
fire.
how does it do that? Is
That's
it
clever.
is it pee or something?
It-
Wait, what's coming out of
It's
this?
like a phoenix.
Yo.
What is that?
Oh wow, that's a good reference. Yeah, wow, Phoenix. Yeah, see, I didn't think of that just now, but that makes sense though. That's where Phoenix would come from, right?
Well, the phoenix is like a resurrection. thing.
Yeah,
It's a resurrection.
rebirth. Yeah, I got you. Regeneration, but
But they both have fire.
they both have fire. I mean, you know what I
Fire
mean?
sometimes is good.
They both fire birds. You know?
Firebirds.
Yeah.
I like that car.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Firehawks. So how did he start the fire?
Actually, I would
There it
like to know
goes.
this part. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they
Let's
just
watch
find
Nat-
out.
National Joke.
So wait, he
Nature.
lights that stuff
Yeah.
first. He creates the fire. Oh no, he just picks up other.
Finds it.
No.
Oh,
Little spot
okay.
from the sun, I guess.
I don't think he starts it because
Oh,
that
okay.
would.
That's what I was confused about.
Yeah.
If I was a caveman, I'd be very pissed.
Yeah.
He just knows when
So he
to
just
find
picks it up.
and then drops it. He gets the prey.
That's
Does he know
clever.
it's fire? That could be a blunt for all he knows.
Nah.
Imagine
Oh,
something
he
like
knows
you
what he's
coulda
doing.
smoked. Yeah, no, they're doing it on
yeah.
purpose.
He knows
yes.
what he's doing.
Because he notices.
100%.
That's evolution. Because that's how you know, like, whenever there's like forest fires, that means that the hawks focus on, like, okay, that's where all my prey comes out. So
You know, some bear was really mad
Yeah,
about
you're
that.
right. That's a really deep level of intelligence. I gotta go to real
Beautiful.
wilderness.
I gotta pick your brain about that, Killah Priest.
Yeah,
What do you
man,
like about
it's-
Montana? Wait a minute.
Montana, man, it's just the great outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
A lot of huckleberries.
Yeah, they got it's
A lot of mushrooms too.
well, yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff out there, man. There's enough room. It's enough room.
You like the outdoors, I can tell.
Yeah, I do. That
My partner's family, they are from Montana.
Yeah.
So I've been there.
Oh man, so you know.
She would never move out there because she likes the city.
Yeah.
But you know, family's already out there.
So-
and
yeah.
my two best friends just moved out to Montana because
Wow.
they like that. They like the
Nature.
Nature.
Yeah, man. That's
And Montana. Oh, one fun fact about Montana.
right.
You don't have to smog your truck or your car.
Nope.
You
I
know,
can believe that.
You just
No.
smog it?
you
No,
don't
it's
have to. Not at all. No, everything is legal.
Yeah. It's like a painting, man.
Yeah.
Can you
That's
have,
some
can you have
pictures.
tinted windows too?
Well, the thing is, like, if you want a kid car, Montana is one of the best places to actually do it because they have very little laws about like emissions and stuff like that. So Montana, like, if somebody steals your catalytic converter, try to get it registered in Montana.
I got you.
That way you don't have to replace it. Straight pot.
It looks
That's
nice
dope.
out there, man. That's definitely a place to do shrooms.
Yeah. Look at that, man.
That is
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
We
Yeah.
gotta get back out there. Yo, John Newsom.
it's a backdrop.
Try Montana too. Yeah.
Look, I can make it completely the backdrop.
Hey,
Shout out to Juno
Yeah.
too, man.
Oh yeah, shout out to Juno.
Yeah, shout out to Juno.
You know.
hello, Juno.
Yeah, that's another one, man.
Let's get it.
Yeah, shout out to Juno.
Yeah.
You know.
Those are great outdoors. You got the back. Ooh. I haven't been to Wyoming yet, but I can't wait for that. Montana's real close.
Montana's very
Yeah.
close.
So,
Now I gotta look on the map where Wyoming is.
yeah. Big Bear, they got Yellow Mountain. What was it called?
Yellowstone?
We was right there. Yeah, Yellowstone. We was right there, man. We saw the mooses, the owl, everything. It was like, it's like that. AD is magic.
It's pronounced Meese.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Is it really? I was gonna say that.
Shout
I
out
was
to
like,
Blue Horse.
Is
Yeah.
it mooses?
Moose. I want to see a moose. Man.
Not for your hair. That was it. We gotta go back. I know.
I got you. Yo.
Moose.
Moose, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, look at this.
How about Michigan?
Look at that. Yo, that's a real place.
Man, that's beautiful.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
I bet
Panoramic, but it's real.
the air must be just so nice though with all the oxygen.
Oh, you can just inhale for a long time.
Oh, I believe it.
I gotta go experience that because I live by the 405.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, you get
You know what I'm
405. You're up in the 405.
At least you
4 to
got
5.
moisture in there. Here in Vegas, we don't have
True.
any moisture in there.
True. I can barely stand Palm Springs, bro.
You got beautiful weather though.
I'm in Palm
Man.
Springs. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. It's too dry.
Mm.
I gotta be
Strictly
by,
for the women
by the
weather.
water.
Wait a minute.
Weather's
What were you
on
doing in
the-
Palm
I
Springs?
live out there, so don't go there.
That's right. You know what I mean?
Man.
All right, so let's move on to the music, brother.
All right, we're going
Talk
on.
about music.
Yeah,
go.
let's talk
Yeah, man.
That's what I like.
Thorn Promotions.
It's our weekend.
Music we play it
Trying to get
live
back.
on the show for Killah Priest and the world to hear.
Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that time to hear some new music, some dope beats. Everybody's been coming with some dope stuff, man. This is our weekend, but we will be coming on Wednesday again. It'll be me and Solo Gems. You know what I'm saying? We have
For
guests.
a new separate show.
Yeah, we're part of Killah Priest Podcast.
At times.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
At times.
So,
At
yeah,
times, at
you
times,
won't be there all the time.
At times.
But I'm just saying it'll be me. It'll just be me, close up and straight up. Where I have guests here and there. So just get ready. Word.
Engagement, maybe.
Yeah,
Engagement.
yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
All
go.
right. Our first submission is from somebody here named David Mazer.
Dave Mason,
David Mays, I hope you're watching.
straight up blaze.
Oh, he's watching.
Yeah,
Let's see. Here we go.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Dave is the maze.
There he is.
DJ Blazer from Sunken City of Los Angeles. Song title is DJB, Free Flow Dedication to Anabolic Beats.
Let's get it.
Okay.
Anabolics, muscle.
Here we go.
Here we go.
That's hard.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Anabolic, anabolic, about to get on it. Back to where I started. Beat every other day. Anabolic beats show you the way. Page the past, grab a microphone and start to slash. Just like that, Alabama will clash.
Which one's the out?
Scratch. Already knew that shit was coming. I feel it with the G energy when I'm gunning down devils, and I'm chasing down dragon, catching them all with their bitch asses lagging. Back to the scratching. I like boom bap when they cut the slapping. Scratch.
I was trying to get on that.
Dumping when I decide to take them out. No indecisive decision when I start spitting. Filled with the spirits of 100 dead rapper. Grab the microphone and attack you. Hit your ass up with combinations of the best before they took their last breath. The breath still lives when I exhale. It's kind of bail. Like Christian when I start ripping. Grab the microphone, start sticking. Really vigorously deliver. Knife in the side of your liver.
Different camera.
As you shiver.
I was like a whole nother color back then. that was a different camera guy.
You're like, wait a minute.
Shout out to David J. Blazer for the new camera.
Ironic, he bought this new one.
That's right. Look at that. Look.
It looks so much better too.
Yeah, before I would look a little bit more. I like,
Wonderfulness.
You get your more natural color. From
yeah,
this.
I have more my natural color out here.
Way
you know what I
better.
mean?
We can shoot in 4K too.
Hey.
But yo, shout out to Blazer. You're doing your thing, man. I think you got to focus on your audio before you make a video for it. You know what I mean? Because video was out of sync. It was like with a phone cam. It kind of weakens. It takes away from your audio to have a bunch of video stuff that's kind of so random that it just takes away from the audio. It kind of cheapens it. You'd be better off just to show a logo or show a picture, a mysterious
Or
picture.
just the lyrics.
Or you can put the lyrics.
Yeah, just like flat out lyrics. Just
But
it
I know-
doesn't
I
even
know
have to
he-
be interesting. Just flat out lyrics.
It was a freestyle, so I understand.
Oh, that's cool.
I understand. I know he's freestyling. He's
That's dope.
kind of did like a public practice type of thing where he'll
Oh,
just
nice.
record something and throw it out to the public, which is cool. Hey,
As you should.
that's what you want to do. No problem. But be aware of the visuals because I think it can take away from their audio. That's my advice on that one.
For sure.
What y'all think?
I agree.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I love the beat though. You know, I think that's who he's more presenting, right? The beat.
Yeah.
The
Well,
beat-
no, he was just like freestyling on a beat.
He was
But
freestyling on the beat.
on
I got you.
anabolic beats.
On
He's-
Alab-
yeah.
So I just want to give them the praise. I mean, shout out to the beat. The beat was fire. Yeah, I agree with y'all though. I agree with y'all. Shout out
Okay,
to
so
the
he
beat,
sent in
Blazer.
3. So we're gonna go through all 3 right now. That was the first one.
Mhm.
Second one by DJ Blazer is called "Raised by Reptilians."
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
There she is. Priest says, "Way to go, Blazer."
Yes, up with the highly disturbed shit. There's a new shepherd in town, motherfucker. Wire earth as I quietly shake the earth. It's your ass up, rebirth, the whole new ever. Like a rebel, that is when the devil try to intersect and interject and fuck up my whole family. The next thing, both parents straight slandering each other. I'm like, oh brother, me and my sister practically had to raise each other. I mean, oh my God. And then you don't even want to know about the rest. You don't want to know about my scars or my arrest. When I lean like these stupid fucks, why don't you just be sober and keep part of your brain cells intact like your battle rap? Up in the shower for 45 hours, come back clean as fuck. Instead of acting like a joker, I smoke you. I'm gonna be smoking so much smoke, I start floating, but don't give no bit. The penile gland just expand. I wish you could see what I just saw. It was beautiful, like Bird Box without the blindfold. You can't go where I go. Yeah, I don't even want to go back. Shit. That was more than the L's. That was more than DMT. That was some underground under the city, making you nervous. As I emerge quick, hit your ass up with the highly disturbing shit that I be speaking, and we can fucking bullshit. What the fuck you talking about?
Floor's all y'all.
Hey. He's doing his thing. He's building up his sound. He's
Any words?
Yeah, he's experimenting.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say. The only thing. Pretty cool, but it's the compressor.
Oh, you hear the compression? See,
Yeah.
See, you know some sound engineering too.
Yeah, the compression, like, you know, because some of them, like, they were going out.
Yeah.
You had the compression, like, whether you're like this close in the microphone or this close, it's gonna be nice, tight, and it's gonna sound very good when you're doing the post.
Yeah, he's still
Like,
getting
the compression. Otherwise, man, it was dope. I liked it. Honestly, I was like even closing my eyes so I can actually hear the lyrics and the delivery. It was dope. But the only thing that I noticed, the compression. Otherwise, cool, man, fire. Keep going. Don't stop. Hustle hard. Just get that compressor in.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do it one shot, one kill.
Yeah.
Do it right.
Or send your
Shoot
stems.
that shit one time. My apologies.
No, send your stems into an engineer.
Or that, yeah.
There you go.
You know, like Studio AD.
But it's always nice to get it right from the first time. So that way the engineer has a nice, easy time getting everything look flared up and perfect.
That's right, yeah.
Exactly.
Because he's going to put the sound on something that already sounds good. And if it sounds like it doesn't sound good, he's going to have to make it sound good. And sometimes that doesn't work that way.
There you go.
Make it sound good. Get that compressor.
That's right.
There you go. Compressor.
But it was good. It was good. I got to say that.
All right, so the third one by DJ Blazer is called Weapons of Mass Manipulation.
Ooh.
Weapon the weapon, the weapon, the weapon.
Talk about chess.
It's like,
Wait a minute.
Bugs Bunny a little bit.
I like that beat.
Once upon a time, not long ago, when people went to shows and lived life slow. But you can bet with the internet, it's so easy for the enemy to interject. And the speed of the pace, well, they lie to our face. Gender versus gender and race versus race. To isolate and annihilate, to forget love and learn hate. To install fear in our ears, hoping we procrastinate while anxieties escalate. Worrying about things that aren't even real, while we idolize those that's fake. Filling us with fear, while taking us from our faith. But wait, for some this is extra motive. When I flex the emotions in a series of spontaneous explosions from organic matters and gases, combusted in the flashes, leaving nothing behind but the ashes. Wind carried the scorched earth back to the ocean as a tectonic plate crashes. While volcanoes still smoking, shaping a future deep within the crust. In God I trust, but wait, this isn't fate. Let me clearly state, God is a must before we dust. I already be knowing. While volcanoes still smoking. While the volcanoes still smoking.
That beat is hard, man. Where did you get that beat?
Extra fire.
That beat makes you want to spit on that one. That is cool.
He did really well.
I'm not gonna finish that joke.
Oh, don't.
I'm sorry.
Don't get all like here. Don't say pause.
No, I was going to say that, but
Listen.
I could have continued. I'm sorry, that was funny.
Yeah.
I just thought of a good joke. But
Yeah. No, but still, that was an ill beat.
Now I want to know what you're laughing at. Wait a minute. I'm intrigued.
no, it's not that funny. But it was good. It was so on key. I was even going to say that, but
Yeah. It was a sick beat.
Yeah, it was a good beat. It was a good beat. Fire beat. Shout out to David J. Blazer.
How was the lyrics? How was the lyrics?
It was interesting.
He's getting a little better. He has
Yes,
his moments.
It's like
I like that it started from the beginning all the way to a current event. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
I like that picture he was trying to paint. It was I could relate. But I can relate because like it almost felt like I wish they would have fucking played this song when I was in history class.
There you go.
It was cool.
Yeah, send me that beat.
Let's talk about that beat though.
Yeah.
What that beat do?
There you go.
I might want to put a verse on that. That's my style.
Yeah,
I like
no,
that.
that beat was sick. As soon
like
as I
the
heard it,
boom
I was
bap.
like, ooh.
That was a classic boom bap. Let's see if we got any other ones in here. Any last minutes? Yo, that might be it.
Oh, really?
We got no other submissions today. We had most of them yesterday.
Yeah, really? That's it?
We had more submissions yesterday. We got none right now. But that is it. Yeah, we did go quick. Because usually people submit last minute.
That's true. That's true. I'll give you that. Yeah. All
Any
right.
submissions right now?
Yeah.
I mean, we could play a DJ Rico.
You want to play some?
Yeah, you got a video?
Yeah, I got a video.
That is?
You want to hear a new one
Yeah.
or an older one?
Just give us your best stuff.
Okay. All right. I got something that'll fill the vibe. Put in Problem of a Hustler.
Okay.
It should come up. By yours truly, Thiq Riq.
Okay.
There you go. Top one.
All right, here we go. I haven't seen this yet. Thiq Riq and Aaron Blue. That's
Aaron
the problem.
Blue is the
a
writer of the
hustle.
song. She did wonderful.
All right.
Kendrick Kirk was the producer.
Okay.
And the visuals were truly yours. Absolute shitty, but I didn't care. Come on.
That's the problem of a hustler. Always gotta be moving. Ain't no matter what the season. Ain't no matter what the time. That's the problem of a hustler. Always gotta be talking.
This in Vegas?
Ain't no matter what the subject. Ain't no matter what your sign.
Yeah, I can tell.
Ain't no matter what the weather.
Not bad, bro.
Ain't no matter if it's rain. That's the problem of a hustler. That's the problem of a hustler. Ain't no matter if she likes you. That's the problem of a hustler. Rules of the game, they don't ever change. All kind of product, the hustle is the same.
Hey.
Keep it alive.
I know where that's at.
Under a different name.
Come on.
That's the problem of a hustler.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, right.
Better hunting when you're hungry.
What dance am I doing with her? I feel like I'm doing a dance right now with her. You know what I mean?
It's like a dancer's second song on stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh God, I'm so hot.
Yo, not bad, bro. Good hug. The production's
Hey.
nice. Good mix. Those sound like expensive microphones too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know it.
That was dope, bro.
There you go.
That was cool.
That was
Dang
dope.
it, dang it. Yeah, that's one of the last ones we finished.
Yeah.
Working with Kendrick Kirk, and that was all her lyrics.
Who's on the guitar?
Aaron Blue. So that's her.
Really?
That's all. Honestly, like that day, we were just practicing, like because her idea was like, okay, like I kind of have something.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, do you have a guitar? So like I gave her like this flamenco guitar.
Yeah.
You know, so like
Flamenco.
one thing flamenco.
Yeah.
One thing I learned very earlier in the whole situation is like always record your practices, because at one take that you just do it with swag because you weren't thinking about it, it's like that might be the one.
Yeah.
So try to get it clean. Like that's why I was telling earlier, like, you know, get that compression going, because even though you were just messing around, even though you were just practicing, like that might just be the one. And even though it sounds rough, there might be sounds in the background that will, like, you can't generate genuine.
You might accidentally say some fire.
You might actually just say something at the right place at the right time that you might actually just say it in normal life, but you can't, like, when somebody's like, do it again, like, you're like, it's not gonna be the same thing.
You can't replicate it.
So always record your practices, and like, she was practicing. That was a practice recording on some really terrible guitar that wasn't even in tune, and she was like tuning it on the spot, and then like she just went for it.
But it made the final cut.
And then I heard her like she sang the like, and no matter what you can, like, and that's it. Like, we don't have to record it anymore. Like, it was so good. I liked it so much.
You took it on one take.
I sent it to the producer, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And then we just went from that. Yeah, we just went from that, and it's a very short song because we can still do a long one. We can still do a whole remix. Like, we can still do it, but at the same time, like, that's the core of the whole situation. We can do another verse, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah,
that's irrelevant.
That was great.
That's the soul of the song.
That was clean.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Good job, man.
That's what's up, man.
Catchy hook too.
Thank you.
What's up, brother?
That was our feature presentation right there.
There we go.
Nice.
Well, yep. All right. I guess it's time.
All right.
Does that conclude the song promotions?
That's it for song promotions. That's it for our feature play. And thank you for everybody who submitted tracks. And we'll be back next week. You can submit for the next song promotion on Sunday and Monday.
Hey.
That's right. Well, you know what? That was good. That was a good show. I love y'all. I love everybody here, but we got our lives to get to. And look, man. When it's time to walk away, man. You gotta walk away. And it's a real talk.
You know
to
walk away.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
That's real.
Yo, shout out to my cat Mojito. His birthday is this Wednesday.
That's right. Hey, shout out to Rico, man. Fire.
Mojito, come here.
Hey, come. Yeah, happy birthday. You gonna give him the crown?
No, it won't fit. But he is gonna have a.
He is not here, but he is
gonna have a hat.
Just like a Mojito, he's going feisty.
He's gonna have a hat for his birthday.
He said every cat's born on the same day. That's real.
He'll be 15 years old.
Mojito, you're a veteran.
15-year-old cat.
That's right.
That is a veteran cat. He's seen things.
Yeah, man.
He's been places.
Man.
That's great because all his brothers and sisters.
That's real. Yeah, all his brothers.
As they should, guys. You're right. Man. You're right.
Yeah,
I never thought of that.
Shout out to all the Hitos out there.
Hitos.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to all of them. But yeah, we gotta get out of here, man. Much love. Keep doing your thing, man. See y'all on Sunday. Peace, y'all.
Salud.
Peace.
Yeah.
They felt vibe from men whose stature was high. No lie, Joshua and Caleb reported that they saw walls with alligators and satyrs. The screech owl, men renowned, each bow. I see down above this weed cloud. I'm flying. The land's packed, the sons of Anak. Know where they camp at. A black man sat wearing a ram's hat. Demanded tax. In his sand were traps. In his hand an axe. Metal headband with cracks. His face was scratched. Shisha, Ahiman and Telma. El was their allies. Brothers that fell from high. The evil that dwell inside, the people that swell in size. 12 spies, they came to a brook where they saw a great bush. They saw grapes and took how amazing they look. The place was called Escol. Look at the death toll, so grab the grapes and let's go. The Jebusites place heads on spikes. If they see Israelites, then they're dead on sight. So they fled in the night, reporting back to Aaron and Moses about the people before Adam and their culture was the oldest. They said they heard of their grandfather Abba, wore giant armor, defying honor, triumph and conquer. Rapha, Genesis 6, printed on bricks. Enuma Elish, the tombs of their prince, left ruins huge in the cliffs. Japheth, Ham, and Shem, Anakim, sons of God, daughters of men. They slaughter for skin. Read about them, Job chapter 1, verse 6. More verses, Job chapter 38, verse 7. There's many more sons that lurk the heavens. Look the book of Daniel chapter 3, verse 25. Wings with plenty eyes to demigods. Kings built their cities high. Ben-Ha, Elohim, some say spawned from the devil genes. That's one way, but what of the Holocene? But as the days of Noah were, so shall the Son of Man supernova occur. Re-going to Ur, Her, Asterib, Ishtar, and fish gods. Molech, slow death, cut the throat necks. The lamb's blood, the bull's horn, then wears the goat flesh. Goliath, the giants, the tyrants. Osiris, see the carving of Gilgamesh, that whole lion. 700,000 male-clad horsemen and chariots of fire. 700,000 torchbearers and cross wearers. They saw seraphs, sword shepherds, protected by cherubs. 800,000 angels with daggers of fire. 1 million slingers and shield bearers in front of messiahs. 400,000 bearers of lamps. 500,000 through the fiery axe. At the Nephilim camp, the sons of Anak. The impact took man back. The book of Numbers, ancient Cush and others. The south of Hebron, winged people before Edom. The king of Edom sits with his queen and she's blonde. Be gone, sons of Anak, near Iraq. Cross the map, they're back. But of course we're at another story.